Hi guys, and today I'll be playing Goodbye Tired Stars. And the question is, what's the best place to watch the end of the universe? In this game, you accompany a cosmic being in finding a place among 3 different planets to watch the end of the universe from. What happens when the last star closes its eyes? Among the vast emptiness, there are a few stars that still hold on to their light. They tire and tire of shining, and they are powerless to fight it. The pool spreads and breaks them apart, scatters them in uncountable particles lacking the strength to join together again. Such was the fate of the universe all along. As a star collector, the ones who have fallen silent all walk with me, with their memory in my bag of treasures. I observe, I remember, and I keep walking. Alright, this is the place. This is the star system I've been looking for. One of these planets has got to have the best view to watch the end of the universe. There's still some time to look around before it all goes out. Let's check them out first. These are the 3 planets. Let's go to the nearest one, this. There are some markings on this stone. They seem to have faded and eroded with time. Could this be writing? With some foundation in which it's written, it seems to have fared better than the rest of the buildings. Maybe whoever wrote it knew what was going to happen and decided to write where it could be best preserved. What kind of message do they want to engrave here? A record of history? Their last words, perhaps? It's unfortunate that no one remains to know who knows how to read it. Go down here. The ground is completely dry. This temperature wouldn't let anything live in it. I feel a trembling below, a mixture of gases and molten rock dancing under the surface. From the cracks, the smoke escapes to dance above. In the past, there could have been fields of all kinds of plants, taking in the warm light and fresh soil. How would the view have looked back then? If I could, I would lie down and enjoy the breeze with them. The walls of metal have melted and melded with each other, a sign of very high temperatures. It looks like the civilization here liked to build their houses with metal. In their time, it was probably a very durable material. But even something like that can end up in this state after long exposure to a burning star. The universe has uncountable cases like this. Stars grow and devour what they find on their way, leaving the remaining planets closer to their flames. I know how you must have felt. Some things we are just powerless against. There are strange tall structures in the distance. Probably the skeleton of some spires? All that remains is very bare bones, so they might have looked different in the past. Were they a different color? Or perhaps they had elaborate metallic ornaments. I wonder if they had any meaning for them. Maybe the people liked to climb to the top of the spires to gaze at the sky. At that time, it must have been a very different sight too. At least that's what I would have done. Every ruin tells a story. Countless planets have ruins like this, and by observing them, a lot can be learned about who left them behind. Who were they? How did they live? What did they do while they were here? And how would they want to be remembered? This planet's memories, I'll take them with me. Collected a treasure, melted key of a ruined planet. On to the next one. Go over here. Somehow, the people here managed to build pathways between the fragments. The few that still keep most of their structures are barely holding together now, but they must have been important back in their better days. Did they walk through these in their normal daily life, despite the risk of falling so far below? It's very brave of them. must have taken a lot of work to put them together and maintain them. Ah, I see. They must have used technology. Gravity has long lost meaning for this little planet. Some of the fragments are floating far away from where they should have been originally been, and many others must have become space dust by now. This one offers a great view of the surroundings. It feels like the sky might swallow everything up. Dark above and light below. I'm thankful I get to see this view before the end arrives. It's strange. The fused mass that long ago have been likely the core of this planet. Even now, it does its best to hold together the scattered pieces that remain floating around it. From what it looks like, this planet must have been far smaller in the past. Could it be, did the people here do this themselves? In lack of space, they had to create it themselves. That's... the last one. There are traces of civilization inside the fragments, or at least what seems to be pieces of buildings. Entrances, windows, just like many of the fences that protected the edges of the rock. A lot of their parts must have fallen with time. There are even some shattered pieces around the windows. Glass it could be. When I look at places like this, I think about how it must have been like to live here. I gaze from the window into a broken world and call it home. This one is truly an unusual sight. By all means, a place that I never thought could exist. But even at its end, the universe always has more surprises to give. The reason it ended up like this might have been lost, but their message hasn't. Even in a shattered place like this, they managed to hold on to hope to keep living. This planet's memory, I'll take it with me. Broken glass of a fragmented planet. Oh, it's getting closer. The last planet. Oh, this planet's pretty. Out of the nearby hills, this one seems to be the tallest. Are they truly hills, or are they giant dunes of sand? The different colors of the sand paint lines on them, like the grains have been carefully placed by the wind. Many of the treasures I've collected on my journey are paintings. Where there are people, they always like to record views in the form of still images. If someone lived here, would they have chosen this view to frame? Oh, such adorable little houses. Or so they could be if there was someone living on this planet. I feel like I've seen this kind of mineral in other places, but never in these curious formations. They're peeking out, half buried in the sand, so there must surely be more of them underneath. Could the ground itself be made of this mineral? Thousands of these natural towers all hiding below? This could be called a river, but instead of water, the current is made of iridescent grains of sand. Where did they come from? Where do they go? Is there a giant sand ocean at the end of their journey? Or maybe the current moves in a circle, looping around the dunes with only forward as destination. A bit like we used to be in a way, always onwards to the next place to see, never knowing what our last stop would be. The sand runs and sparkles, making a pretty sound. With that, I could listen to it for longer. There are giants towering over the horizon, and this one overshadows all the others. And yet, it's far from surpassing that blue mountain from so long ago. That one still has the record. I wonder, which could be the tallest mountain in all of the cosmos? Have I already seen it without knowing? Will I ever find out now? But again, taller doesn't always mean a better viewpoint. I'd say the view of the sky and the land from up there must be amazing enough to see. Beautiful, yet never had a chance to sustain life. Perhaps the conditions never allowed it to thrive. Perhaps life never reached this planet to begin with. The great majority of planets are like this, unseen landscapes except for us travelers of the cosmos. But it is less beautiful just because no one has lived here to see it. This planet's memory, I'll take take it with me. Soft pebble of a lone planet. Seems like time is running out. I think any of these 3 planets might be a good place to stay at for the far end, but which one? Oh, I have to choose. I like the last planet better. It's very pretty. That's my decision, but all of them tell their own story, but I'll choose the last one. Choose this? Yes. I sit down at the top of the mountain and look up at the sky. In the end, this may not be the tallest mountain in the universe, but this view is all I need. Who knows? Maybe out there somewhere, there's someone else sharing the same view. Everything that was, that has been, what couldn't be, to the end, I'll remember it all. From now on, the stars will fall asleep. And perhaps one day, they will wake again. A dream wiped out to start the morning anew. Oh. And that is the end. I like the story. It was beautifully written, like in a poetic way. It was kind of like sad to think about, since we're playing as a cosmic being watching these planets, or the end of the world universe, was it? Just die out and just will eventually start anew again. It feels kind of lonely. Like, I feel like you can feel like the character of cosmic being we're playing as, like the loneliness through their words, because they're there to watch the end, and they'll be there again to watch the beginning of everything, life start again, and that whole cycle over and over again does feel a bit lonely when I think about it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.